Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday. The Tuesday before Thanksgiving, as a matter of fact. So, in today's video, we are going to be tackling a lot of prep for our Thanksgiving feast on Thursday. This is going to be a couple of days in the making. I went grocery shopping already. I am going to start prepping tonight, finish prepping tomorrow, clean the house up a little bit, and then it's Thanksgiving, if you can believe it. Literally 2021, gone. Who is she? Where'd she come from? Anyways, so we have a lot to get done tonight and tomorrow, to be honest. I'm going to try and get most of it done tonight so that all I have to focus on tomorrow is just getting the house clean, and I can, do that at my leisure and not feel rushed and everything. So I currently have 2 turkeys finishing thawing out. We are going to be putting those in a brine tonight, and those are going to be brining for the rest of tonight, all day tomorrow, and then until Josh puts them on the smoker on Thursday. So that's going to be one of our prep meals. I will include recipe cards throughout this video so that you can go ahead and just screenshot them. I cannot take credit for all of the recipes. If there is credit to be given, then I will go ahead and attach that to the recipe card as well, so that you can go and research and find the original and see if they did it any differently than I did, because I don't typically follow directions very well. We measure with our hearts around here, remember? So we're going to go ahead and get started on some of this meal prep. Super easy. Just going to go ahead and get some things chopped up, get some of the prep words. Oh my God. Some of the recipes that we can prep and make ahead of time done and in the fridge and ready to go for Thursday. So this is my grocery haul. I totally failed, and I was gonna film actually shopping for all of this, but yeah, alas, I forgot. And if you hear sniffing going on, Gabby is hoovering the kitchen floor as she normally does. But let's go ahead and get started. All of this is from Aldi and Walmart and Publix. We also have some friends that are coming over the night before that are bringing some stuff to help prep as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started down at this end. Woo! With the turkey. So I went and got my turkey at Winn-Dixie because they were on sale, 50 cents a pound. This is a 15 pound? They messed up this sticker. I think it's like a 15 pound, 15.69 pounds. And I got this turkey for literally $7. $7 for this turkey. Ham, we got a brown sugar ham, spiral cut, of course, for 21. That's not bad. I mean, I think ham is typically more expensive than turkey, but this is like a 9-pound ham. I don't think I realized how heavy this was. Oh well, I love leftovers. So we have some oranges and some apples for the brine of the turkey. The oranges are for the brine. The apples are to stuff in the turkey before it goes in the smoker. We are doing 2 turkeys. One of them my sister-in-law is bringing over, and we are going to put both of those in the smoker, and then the ham goes in the oven. Yellow potatoes for mashed potatoes.
Obviously.
And then I had to get another box of salts, one to fill up our salt shaker or salt grinder, but we also use this for the brine. Peppercorns, same thing, some for that, some for the brine. Some bacon pieces for mac and cheese. I do have 2 of these. The other one's still in the fridge. There's no point in bringing both of them out. Mac and cheese also, sharp cheddar, yellow cheese, Colby, whatever, and then some Gruyere. All of these go into the homemade mac and cheese. I also have some rosemary, thyme, and sage. All of these will be bundled together to go in the brine with the turkey. Onions, because we're going to need them for several different things. I am making a olive tapenade that my brother had made for my mom's wedding recently. So I'm using these crackers to serve that on. It's so good. I'll try and share that recipe with you guys. I have 2 value size roast turkey gravies. This is what I used to start my gravy with, and then I add a whole bunch of extras like the drippings, all kinds of seasonings. It's not just this in a jar, dump it out, pour it on your turkey. Gross. No. We don't do that game around here. We always doctor up the jar stuff. I've got some mushrooms to go with my stuffing. We typically just use stovetop stuffing, and our friends are going to be bringing that. Celery, same thing. Some chopped pecans. Actually, I usually say pecans. I don't know why I said pecans. But I use these on top of sweet potato casserole. I also have some green olives to go with the olive tapenade. We've got black olives, green olives, but I also use these in my deviled egg recipe. If you're an olive fan and you like that salty briny flavor, I'm telling you, this is like the best recipe. Extra virgin olive oil also for the olive tapenade. We've got some cranberries for the brine, but I'm also going to be making a cocktail with these as well. Some sugar cookie dough and some apples. I'm going to be making little mini apple pies out of those. Super simple. You cannot have Thanksgiving, I'm saying Christmas Eve. What? Thanksgiving without cranberry sauce. It is a staple in our house. We have 6 of these apple juices for the brine. Obviously, they're not all right here. The rest of them are outside waiting to go in the bucket. This apple cider is for drinking and for the... I can't remember what the actual title of the gravy is, but it's like a spiked apple cider gravy. I don't know. We're going to have 2 different kinds of gravy. So this one's new to us, and we're going to try this one. Chinette, obviously, for easy cleanup. These are some of the best rolls. I get these at Walmart. They're little yeast dinner rolls. You set them out a couple of hours before you bake them so that they can rise, and they are the best yeast rolls. But we also have the staple, brown and serve. Who doesn't love a good brown and serve with some butter on it? Delicious. I got some sparkling white grape for the kids and some Moscato for the adults. So that is our haul thus far. We do have canned green beans coming on the day of. We also have box stuffing coming on the day of. But this is everything that I purchased for Thanksgiving this year. But first I need to clean up this kitchen because I cannot cook with these counters looking like this. So let's do that real quick. So starting off with this cranberry turkey brine, I've got 24 cups of water in this really big pot that I got at, where did I get it? Goodwill for literally $4. So go shop your Goodwill for some really large pans and they'll be really cheap. I just added a jug of cranberry juice and a jug of apple juice to that, and then 2 cups of salt until it is fully dissolved, and then I am going to dump this into a 5-gallon bucket to go ahead and cool before we submerge our turkey in the brine. Now, we have never used this brine before, but I don't know. A brine is a brine. I'm pretty sure that it's going to taste fine. At this point, the turkey is on the smoker and it looks delicious. Now, when you take the turkey out of the brine, it is going to be pink. Just warning you, that's normal. It doesn't look pink now that it's been cooking, but your turkey is going to be pink when you take it out of the brine, like bright Pepto-Bismol pink.
So this pot was super heavy. I did have to go ahead and dunk my 4-cup measure into it and pour it out 4 cups at a time until it was light enough to lift up and then dunk over. So I'm adding the oranges, the cloves, the bundle of sage, thyme, and rosemary. I just used baker's or butcher's twine to hold that all together, peppercorn and garlic, and then waited for all of that to cool before we put our turkey in it, and then put it in the refrigerator for 24 hours before we put it on the smoker this morning. The next thing on our Thanksgiving menu is our family's deviled egg recipe. Now these are not your average typical deviled eggs with mayonnaise and relish and all of that. We actually make ours with red onion and green olives. And if you're not a big olive fan, you probably won't enjoy these, but if you like the briny flavor of an olive, you're definitely gonna wanna try this recipe. As with most of my recipes, I don't measure anything, I just eyeball it. So I started with 1/4 of a medium red onion and I diced that up. I actually diced up a lot more than that because I know I'm gonna need diced onion for Thanksgiving Day. So I just kind of diced it all up at once and threw it in the same bag. So I'm just gonna take these out pinch by pinch until it's the right consistency. So if you don't like a lot of onion, don't add a lot of onion. If you love onions, add as much as you want. And same thing with the olives. If you love olives and you want that super olive forefront type flavor, then add as many as you want. And then I also add just a splash of the olive juice to the egg yolks before I mix everything together, and that also adds a nice briny flavor. And then an easy way to fill the egg yolk, no, I'm sorry. An easy way to fill the egg whites is by loading all of this egg yolk mixture with all of the vegetables and the mayonnaise into a Ziploc bag, cutting a small corner off of the bag, and then you have a makeshift piping bag to go ahead and fill your egg whites. Now this recipe is new to me. I have not tried this one before, but I have high hopes for it. It looks absolutely delicious. If you take a look back at the recipe card, I did add the TikToker who had posted this originally and the date that she posted it on, so you can go watch the full video for yourself. And I really hope that this turns out good because it looks amazing. The only thing is that I added bacon to this recipe because we are bacon lovers in this household. So I'm just grating up the 3 cheeses that she recommended. I used Colby instead of yellow cheddar just because we had extra sharp white cheddar, and the kids tend to complain if it's too cheddary and too sharp. While I love the white cheddar and the extra sharp cheddar, the kids are not such a fan of it. So I used Colby to kind of turn that down, and then Gruyere cheese as well. Now this olive tapenade is so good. Again, if you love olives, you're gonna love this. And I think I put probably a little too much green olives in this because it was very green olive heavy. My brother made this recipe for my mom's wedding and it was amazing. And just a side note, this tastes really good on broccoli. And it's probably a little high in sodium with all of the olives and everything, but it's a great snack to have olive tapenade on raw broccoli. And let me tell you, you need to try this recipe if you're an olive fan. It's so good, such a great appetizer while your guests are waiting for the turkey to finish up. right, well, this recipe was a trial by fire, and let me tell you, we burned. So I don't recommend using the sugar cookie dough as depicted in the recipe card. I actually went back to the store, got pre-made pie crusts, and did it this way. And I don't have a rolling pin, so I literally just used a cup. So I can say that this recipe turned out wonderful. And as far as the baking or the sauteing of the apples goes, that recipe again turned out great. We don't measure anything around here, so do it by taste. I kept tasting the apples until they tasted how I wanted them to. Keep in mind that it does taste different once it's cooled as well. So if you need to throw them back in the pan for a second to reconstitute them and get the flavors right, by all means, it makes a big difference. I also did add a slurry of water and cornstarch at the end to really get the liquid that's in the apples to be more of a jelly consistency instead of really liquidy. So it did make a big difference. So here I'm just spooning in just a small tablespoon. You'll see that I have to take some out sometimes because I got a little overzealous with this filling. But a small tablespoon of the apple filling, and then folding over those circles of pie crust, and then you have mini apple pies, and they were absolutely delicious. I did top them with an egg wash, which is just a cracked egg and some water, and whisk that together and brush them on the top, and then I did sprinkle some sugar on top, and oh my goodness, these were so good. Y'all, it does not get any easier than this. We are literally taking box stuffing mix and doctoring it up. We don't stuff our turkey with stuffing because we smoke our turkeys, and smoked stuffing is really intense in smoke flavor. So we do use stovetop stuffing. I add celery, a few mushrooms, and some garlic, and I saute all of that in butter first and then add it to the cooked stuffing, basically making it however the box says. And that is our stuffing. Super simple, super easy, super flavorful, and it really cuts down on your cook time. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today. I know that not a lot of people post videos on Thanksgiving, and I myself love watching videos on Christmas and Thanksgiving while I'm cooking myself, so I hope that this provides you that content that you're looking for. And thank you guys so much for joining me here on Thanksgiving. I hope that you and your families have a blessed Thanksgiving and that your meals turn out exactly how you want them to, and if they don't, it's just a bird, you know. We will move on, and your family will enjoy it regardless. Just ask Clark Griswold. Thanks so much for joining me here again, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.